Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. I don't hear anything. Do you? Check 1 2. Okay. Thank you. I'm sorry. Yeah.
The sculptures? They've already been walking around here, but I'm just going to explain things. They're going to watch the video. And I'll explain.
Good morning. It's a delight to have all of you with us. Uh, I know we have the Ollie's group from Tuscaloosa, and Peggy told me to tell you to turn off your cell phones. So if y'all will go ahead and take care of that, we'll be okay. Uh, Again, it's a real pleasure to welcome you all to the B.B. Comer Library, and especially to the Sylacauga Magical Marble Festival. This is our 14th year, and I know that the Ollie's group has been coming for a number of years. Peggy, how many years? This third? Okay, so welcome back. If you've been here before, we're delighted to have you. And if you'll put this on your calendar, next April the 11th will be our kickoff time next year. I think it's the 11th through the 23rd of April. So in case you were asking why is it a week later, we have to dodge Easter one way or the other. And Easter is on the April the 9th, and I'm not going to compete with that. I promise you. We just we'll move down just a bit. As I said, this is our 14th festival, and we've had some exciting people and sculptors that came through here. Each year we have a visiting sculptor from Italy. Last year we had an American sculptor to come in, and his name was Bill Cook. And he did such a good job that when you all called, when Peggy called, I said, well, they need to be exposed to Bill Cook. Bill is a graduate of the University of Tennessee with a degree in theater. He's married. He has a daughter just finished college, and he's so happy about that. She's got a job already. But the bad part is he's got twins that's graduating from high school, just be starting college. So, yep, a lot of sympathy is needed there. But that points out he's a family man. He graduated from the University of Tennessee with a degree in theater, and he's been acting ever since. And today you're going to see him at his very best. It's just really exciting. One other thing, he's a very versatile individual. In addition to being a theater graduate, he is also a former dance teacher with Arthur Murray School of Dance. So if he breaks out into song and dance at the same time, I want you to know that those are minor compared to his accomplishments in sculpting. We got pieces of his sculpture all around, and we've even had Josh Buchanan from the Tennessee Marble Company to come down and see how well Bill does, and he can work him into the program that they're going to have there in the state of Tennessee. So, Josh, nice to have you with us, and we certainly want to thank all of you. But this is the Bill Cook Show. From this point on, you're going to enjoy it. There'll be questions afterwards. It's a delight to have you again. So, Bill, come and wow this audience with your just special pizzazz, okay?
Thank you, Ted. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank y'all. Appreciate the time. And with that introduction, I better turn up a notch here. So, But as Ted said, yeah, I've been carving quite a while. I have a studio in Knoxville where I carve all kinds of marble, but Alabama marble is one of my favorites. So when this comes up on the calendar, I try to make sure and come down and we do a whatever we want with the marble, and we can make great sculptures. Sometimes they get it put into the library, and that's even better. So this time I wanted to talk a little bit about something a little different. So it may be a little bit different than what you're expecting, but it does relate to marble carving, and it does relate to three-dimensional design. And we had our Italian master had a presentation a few days ago, and he mentioned in that presentation that there are some robotic sculpting machines now that do a lot of the roughing out process for large marble pieces, and then the artist finishes up that piece. So this will kind of tie into that in a way. I wanted to just kind of talk about this because it's become quite evident that technology has kind of changed the way that we think about sculpture. So this was what I came up with the title, The Future of Three-Dimensional Design. And that can be sculpture of marble, it can be bronze, it can be whatever, but just three-dimensional design. So there are some methods that are a brand new way, in my opinion. One of my architects that I deal with in my day-to-day job told me about this program, and you can actually take in virtual reality and sculpt in three-dimensional space, and it's a program called Gravity Sketch. And we'll talk about those. There's software and headset options that are available, and the ways that you can do that. Once you design that piece in three-dimensional space, you can then take and 3D print that. There are printers now that print in 3 dimension, in plastic, in steel, in aluminum. There are lots and lots of material options that are available, and it can print any size, any shape, anything that you've designed in 3 dimensions. And what's really, what I did is I made the leap from, okay, that's great, 3-dimensional design, got a piece of plastic that's cool.